Yeah, my nails are looking a fucking mess. Someone pay for my nails, cause honey.
Yeah.
And then once I see like one has peeled off, I start peeling the rest off.
The rest of the gel,
Please note this
I
on
do
my
that
nails.
as well.
Yeah. Then I broke this one and I just kept peeling it off. The other ones don't look too bad.
Do you remember we had an episode about broken nails? Literally, we spent 20 minutes discussing
about,
broken nails. I think it was the second episode, so go check it out.
Yeah, I broke this one. What was I doing? Again, this are my nails. I was popping something open, and I have a very bad habit of popping things open like this.
Oof.
But it broke pretty well. See where it broke from?
That means your nails are super strong, because mine would have cracked like in the center. Like,
ooh,
goddamn.
Yeah,
whenever I break my nail and it's like in a painful manner, it will always crack in the middle thingy.
Jesus
And then
Christ.
so what I do, I found a hack, by the way, to that.
Mm-hmm.
So either if you're brave, you can use super glue.
Don't do that.
I
You're
mean-
gonna fuck up your nails.
No, just a little bit.
Okay.
Or you don't directly put super glue on it. You put like parchment paper at the
I've
bottom
seen that.
and then seal it with either super glue, or if you're scared of that, you can just use clear nail polish and just seal it underneath until it grows out with your nail, and then you can cut it off.
Facts.
Yeah.
You're telling us facts. All right. Yeah. Let's go.
Sweet, let me tell you something. When the spice so sweet, let me tell you. When the spice so sweet, let me tell you something. When the spice so sweet, let me tell you.
Welcome back.
I had to take a sip of my coca.
Is
what
it
I call
cocoa or
it.
coffee?
Coffee.
Of course, it's
But I call
coffee.
it coca.
Addict.
Because I'm like, I smell it. Like when I smell it, I'm like,
I get what you mean.
like my soul is so
If
happy.
you know, you know. Welcome back to another episode of the
Double-Sided
Double-Sided Tape. Episode 20. Don't look at my nails.
Like I feel like the more you're conscious, the more you're like popping them to
I know,
show. Yeah,
I know.
Just don't think about it.
Episode 20. My name is Ashley.
I am Nimrat.
Excited about this one. Episode 19, we told you guys to send in questions that you'd like us to answer. And yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Do you have anything else to talk about before we start?
Let's just go with the vibes.
Okay, so I'm going to read a couple. Nimrat is going to read a couple from the double-sided page. A lot of you have also sent us individual messages on our personal Instagrams. I know I'm going to be very late in reading some of this. Nimrat puts hers on the notes. Me, on the other hand, I'm sorry. But we're going to
Ashley is
tackle
busy, but let's not talk about how busy she is. It's just a story for another day, another time.
But yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so I took a screenshot of this because fish memory. All right. So can we start with a compliment, because affirmations is how we start
Amen,
this
honey.
podcast. Okay. So someone said that you guys are amazing. Ashley, I love your vibe.
Oh, thank you.
And then Nimrat is such a sweetheart.
She is.
Am I? Thanks. And then this person said, I really fuck with this podcast. Thank
We
you
fuck
for
with you
fucking
back.
with us, because we gonna fuck with you too.
We fuck with you
Not like
back.
that, but like in a lot of other ways.
Wow.
All right.
Nimzi.
So we start serious question.
Let's go.
I think on the podcast we got a lot of serious questions, which I like. Someone asked, what advice would you give anyone who's trying to venture into journalism and is being discouraged? Go.
All right, being discouraged. I mean, yeah, I will understand that, because a lot of people are usually discouraged from being journalists because it doesn't give money, or it doesn't, unongea to you. You're not a doctor or a lawyer or whatever. But it might just do it. I think I don't know how great of an advice that is. If it's your passion, firstly, make sure it's your passion, because if you're about to earn peanuts, it better be your passion, honey, so that you can actually build it to generate more revenue for you in the long run. That's if it's your passion. So I think just go for it.
I don't know. I feel like what you've said is okay to the point of just do it if it's your passion. If you're about to earn peanuts, it needs to be your passion. I think that needs to be on a billboard sign.
It's true.
Because the industry is suffering right now. So
Yeah.
if I was to give like a bit of a practical-ish kind of advice. I mean, I know your passion is something, but okay, one thing at a time. Can we have more than one passions in life? I think we can.
You can.
So you just need to see which passion can earn you the most of money, is especially depending on where you are in your life right now. You see, at some point you got to sit down and think with yourself, what do I need in order to get somewhere? And then from there, can I still pursue what I need to pursue? I'll give a personal example. I thought I'll always be on the field, but I'm not on the field. I'm on radio.
Yeah.
And for me, coming out of university, getting a job was like, oh my God, you are so lucky. And do you know what? I am lucky.
True.
I'm blessed. I'm lucky because the industry is not doing well. So the thing is, one of the reasons why I did radio is, okay, of course, it was one of my other passions, but it paid and is paying me right now. So it's that. Am I not say, like, I do have another passion, which is being on the field, but that's not necessarily what I'm pursuing, is because that's not what I got into. It's not paying my bills. So if you want to do journalism in this day and age, let's just talk about this year and the next 2-3 years, if not too far. The industry is suffering. There's no money coming in. Journalism, literally the whole media industry in Kenya has to sit down with themselves and restructure a whole lot, or else it's literally just a dying giant.
Yeah. I'll tell you this also. It's good to tap into something that you're good at as well.
Yeah.
You can find different hobbies or different things that you're pretty good at and also create revenue from that as you're still pursuing your journalism, your journalism career or your journalism passion. Case in point, I'm a marketer. You know,
Yeah.
I do strategies. I've worked in agencies. Although I hate it, it makes me money. You know, it makes me money, and it's able to fuel my journalism path.
Yeah.
So having one thing to push your passion is also something to consider. So look at what else you're good at, and if you're good at it and you can make revenue from it and still pursue something else, then do so. Also, there's nothing like having one career path in Kenya.
Yeah.
You cannot have one job in Kenya.
First
You
of all, we
need
don't
to-
have careers in Kenya. Can we start with that? There's nothing like
Exactly.
career, honey.
Here in Kenya, what you need to do, it's survival of the fittest. And
Yeah.
you need to be a hustler. So if you're thinking about being a journalist, great. Be a journalist. Even if you're earning money, still look at other things that you can do
Yeah.
that will equally make you money. Or what happens when, look at the media space right now. There's so many retrenchments.
Insane.
So many retrenchments.
Revenue is at that all-time dip.
Exactly. I guarantee you each and every person who has been retrenched has a plan B or has a plan D, C, A,
Yeah.
B, you know? And media was just one of their, let's say, main, or that's the one that we saw because they were on TV or they were on radio. But in the backhand, they still have other things that they actually do to make the money or to keep them
Oh yeah,
sustained.
definitely. I know so many people in
Yeah.
the industry. You have multiple things you do as
Oh,
well.
yes.
Like aside from marketing, you're about to open a shop.
Yes.
You're about to be an
I already
entrepreneur.
have a shop.
You're on a podcast.
So
yeah.
it's a smart idea to have.
I'm not promoting
multiple-
hustle culture, but like, you know, that kind of toxic hustle culture.
Honey,
but
I love the baby girl lifestyle. If I
Yeah.
could sleep all day,
you would. But just be smart about it.
just be smart
That's what we're
about it.
saying.
True.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I do sleep most days, but also because I work at night. and
Baby
I'm
girl with a lifestyle.
baby girl with a lifestyle.
With a hustle lifestyle.
I work at night, so it helps me sleep during the day. And I cancel out all my, what are they called? All my
What?
deliverables in the evening.
Yeah, why
So-
not? I mean, COVID taught us if one thing you should be able to be
Work from
allowed to
anywhere.
work at your own time, at your own pace,
Valid.
and you know the whole 9 to 5 thing just doesn't work. And let's not
nonsense.
pretend like it does.
Nonsense.
It does not.
Anyway, and mainly for creatives, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
For creatives shouldn't be told what time to work. I mean, give me a deadline and I will work with a deadline. Don't tell me I have to be in the office between 8 and 5:30 p.m. Am I mad? I'll
Yeah,
be
because
Sorry,
especially
this
you
is, this is painful to me because I've gone through it.
also predominantly because you get your ideas at the weirdest time.
I can be taking a shit. And I will get my idea, you know,
Yeah,
on the toilet. I can't take a shit in the office.
Exactly.
That's just me.
That's disgusting. No, I never take a shit in the office.
I don't know how to
I
take
have to
shits
get
anywhere.
home to take a shit.
Thank you. Austin, do you have anything to say on that regard? kindly note, all of us are journalists here. All of us did journalism in uni as well. I was in the same year as Austin.
Oh yeah.
Tell me.
I
Tell
never
us.
saw Austin, but it's fine. I see you now.
I think that was she a lady or a man? A man. What's the pronoun? Because you have to.
I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
The
that's
username doesn't give it.
I think we ought to be able to understand what Nimrat said. You should not just have one passion. For instance, myself, not so many people know this. My first degree is in engineering. My second degree is in communication. My master's degree is in international relations.
Come on.
Hey.
So
Well learned.
my 8 to 5 is a public communication officer. But I have a knack for production. Going into journalism school, I wanted to be a news anchor. But along the way, I fell out of love with it. In as much as people still tell me that, oh, you can still do it. No.
Facts.
I enjoy doing the production aspect of anything that I'm involved in. So the guy just needs to diversify their portfolio.
Yeah.
If what they did in campus was, say, law, and what they enjoy doing is hairstylist, by all means, that should be your ultimate hustle. So don't just put your eggs in one basket in this economy where everyone is just crying.
True.
Left, right, center.
True.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this actually. When I was in USIU, actually when I left high school, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. And my
Don't we
deputy
all?
principal, I knew it was something creative in the creative field, either an interior designer. I was gonna be Beyonce, honey. Have you heard this vocals? Anyway, so she's the one who told me she'll consider doing journalism. Then when I got into USIU, of course, I did journalism with a minor in psychology because my auntie was the one who was just like, you'd be a great psychologist. I think I'd still be a great psychologist. It's
I think
something
so
I can
too.
dive into. Thank you. Then I started doing radio, USIU radio. And I was sure I'm going to be a presenter. I was just like, hands down, being a presenter is what I want to do. Then when I started finishing closer to the end of my course, or the end of my, which I didn't finish, at the end of the course, I was like, wait a minute, because I started producing my own show now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this shit is actually great. And also when I started doing radio production as a course, I did radio production and I used to enter class and I know majority of the things that are being taught because I felt the need to explore more into the production world. So immediately I went into the workforce. I already knew I don't want to be a presenter anymore.
Yeah.
I want to be a producer.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point. I want to be a producer. And I stuck to being a producer so vividly and so strongly that I completely forgot that I could be doing other things while I'm a producer. And I remember, shout out to Kwambokes. Kwambokes kept telling me, I don't know where you're in the background. You should you should be a presenter. You should be on radio. And I was like, no, I want to be a producer. I want to be a producer. Bitch, you are meant to be in front of the microphone.
But sometimes
Simple
you
as
need to
that.
listen to people around you because you don't like believe in yourself. Like even when I started doing, I never thought I would do social media. I was just like, yeah, this is not for me. It's too much work. I loved photography. I was the photographer. I was never in front of the camera. And here we are.
in front of cameras.
Like even when I went into journalism school, a lot of people want to be news anchors. I wanted to make documentaries. I wanted to be on the field. Yeah, like I just wanted to have on-ground experience. But then now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, nah, I want to do my social media marketing.
Yeah.
You know, I love production too. Just don't do it because I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, predominantly just listen to people around you and diversify your options.
Diversify. Keep yourself open to change.
Next question.
All right.
Ashley.
Oh, damn. Oops.
Or you want me to prompt the other one since I have it?
Mine are deep. Let me give you one really deep one. Sorry, I was looking at nail appointments because I have a sponsor today. Nimrat. Okay, this one comes from a lady. She says, "Hey Ashley, I'm glad to at least know that you're an introvert, even in the media space. My question on that is, what would you say to that girl who is an introvert but thinks it's wrong, tries to prove to others she's an extrovert, and by doing that gets all socially anxious and feels weird talking in friend groups because she's again all in her head, thinking she's being judged, and even after experiencing all this, she feels alone at the end of the day because she doesn't have someone to vent to. She isolates herself from people, and whenever she tries to reach out, she rarely gets the same energy." Girl, she rarely gets the same energy back. I'm sorry, this is too long. These are just my unsaged thoughts. Okay. Discuss.
Heavy.
Because
I don't think I'm a full introvert. So I know, Ashley, you're a full introvert. So you'll have a better, more in-depth opinion. But I'm an ambivert. And that means sometimes I'm introverted, sometimes I'm extroverted. But I think there are two situations here that you're dealing with. I could break it down to two. It's anxiety and the fact that you are an introvert. I think that combo together, like you said, is usually not the easiest to work with. So I think my advice would be start small. I know we sometimes work in industries or we are in situations where there are too many people. And I've realized one thing is if you have anxiety, being around different people at the same time and being around too many people, unfamiliar circumstances are trigger points for a lot of people who have anxiety. That's what I've come to understand. So especially for me personally, even if I'm an ambivert, I do have anxiety. And if I go into a group of more than 5 people that I don't know, I'm a freeze. I'll get into my head. I'll be conscious.
Yeah.
So what I tend to do is if I'm going to a place where I'm not sure how many people are coming, I make sure I know a couple of people. And if I don't want to be in that space, imagine you don't need to be in that space. And if you at all need to be because of how life is sometimes, you just have to take a second to put yourself out of that situation. Basically, let's say if you're walking into a room that you have to be in, you feel uncomfortable, step outside for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, regroup yourself, come back, and the moment you think you need to leave. Yeah.
All right.
I leave it to the full introverts to
I gotta sip some water before this, okay?
Sister Ashley coming through, honey.
Sister Ashley. So I wouldn't say I'm a full introvert.
Okay,
well, I am more introverted. Okay, sit your ass down, bottle. I am more introverted than I am extroverted, but people don't see that.
Yeah.
Because I'm also very bubbly and whatnot. Like I'm great with people. So I usually say I'm a social introvert. So I can be social when I need to, when it's a need. But I don't like it. I don't like being around a lot of people. I don't like being out like that, even if I'm out consistently. But what I've learned, firstly, you shouldn't see it as wrong because it is not wrong. Also, if your friends don't make you feel comfortable or safe in spaces that you feel anxious or you feel like you're panicking or your thoughts are overwhelming you, and your friends don't make you feel comfortable, they're not your friends, sis. Simple as that.
Fact.
For me, what happens is I only go out when specific people tell me to go out. If you're random, I will not go out.
Yeah.
I will not do it. And if I'm going out with someone random, let's say it's a date, it has to be somewhere that's calm.
And a place that you're familiar with.
I'm familiar with. Yeah, I don't mind trying new places, but I have to at least know,
like the area.
This is the setup, this is what it looks like, this is where I can sit. Like I do a lot of research before I go into certain places because I don't want my anxiety to, go off the roof because I'm just like, I'm in an unfamiliar setting.
By the way, that always helps. If you just Google the place, check out the images,
it does.
The reviews, just the menu helps a lot.
Cancel a lot of things out. Also, don't feel like it's wrong to have an attack or a panic attack or an anxiety attack, as long as you know there are people who are there who can assist you. So always have that go-to person. Every time I'm personally out, I have my go-to person. I'll ask them, do my armpits smell? Does my breath smell? Do I look okay? She knows when I'm having a panic attack. When I'm sweating, she's the one who's gonna come and like dab me down. Not even just she's, even he's. I have one really great friend, and he's the one who knows when to get me out of the house, when not to get me out of the house, when we're going to chill in an indoor setup, and if you're going to chill at a club. All my friends are aware of my situation, and they're very clear on how to behave when certain things trigger me. So yeah, pick your friends very well. Also,
But
don't feel like you have any. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. It's just a hiccup in your life.
I don't think it's a hiccup.
What can we call it?
I think everybody has different things that affect them. And for you, it's this.
Yeah.
And different people have different things. But, at the point of friendships, I just want to reiterate how important it is. And also acknowledge how hard it is. Because from her paragraph, it also seems that she's having a hard time finding people like-minded people. And that can be very difficult.
I'll say this as well.
Yeah.
There's a statement you made. She said, where is it? She isolates herself from people, and whenever she tries to reach out, she rarely gets the same energy back. The reason for that, and I've learned that because I'm the same way. Like, I'll tell a story, or I'll try to tell people my issues, and they don't know how to react. And the reason they don't know how to react is because you're always the bubbly one, you're always the fun one, you're always the one who's giving advice or who's fixing people. Story time. Not that long of a story. There was a day I was having just a really fucked up week, and we went out, and I was very quiet. I was very withdrawn. I wasn't talking to people. I was taking shots and shit, but I was sat in one space consistently.
Yeah, you're not chatty Ashley.
I wasn't chatty Ashley. I wasn't fun Ashley. I wasn't twerking all over the damn place. And a friend of mine asked me, "What's wrong, Kwani? Are you not drunk? Are you not happy? Are you not?"
Yeah.
And I started telling her shit, and she was just like, "Oh." And I'm like, "See, that's the issue. If I tell you, you're not gonna know. It's almost like you're not bothered." She's like, "Ash, it's not that I'm not bothered. I don't know how to react to that. Because you're the strong one.
Yeah.
You're the one who keeps people going. So if you're fucked up, what about us?" And I told her the quiet ones are the most fucked up. That's the one thing you'll never know.
Anyway, you can call me. I'm a strong one. I got you.
So don't feel...
I'm a fixer too. I'll
You're
fix
a fixer. So don't feel a certain type of way if they don't give you the same energy as you do. Because a lot of times maybe they just don't care. They just don't give a fuck, and they care all about themselves. Or maybe they just don't know how to react because you've put this facade up for so long that it's become your personality, that it's become the person you are. So yeah, stay strong. If ever you need anything, hit me up, boo-boo. I wouldn't promise I'm going to respond, but I'll talk about it here on the double-sided tape. Austin, any views?
No, you pretty much covered it.
Good stuff.
Wait.
Welcome to my therapy session.
Since we should call DST a therapy, a psychology thingy, like describe it somehow as a psychology thing in our bio.
Oh, that's true, actually. It should have aspects of that.
Somebody asked, it's a babe. Wow. Anyway, my voice. I'm that person. She's asking, what's the best gift to get a man you love? This
Austin?
booty.
Austin is not the gift. I'm sorry. The booty is the gift.
I can be the
Always.
Austin.
I can be the gift.
Focus.
Anyway, what's the best gift to get a man?
What's the best gift to get a man you love from a girl?
Love.
Yeah. So as a guy, if a babe loves you, what do you want to get?
It has to be a thoughtful gift. Say, for instance, me. I'm such a bibliophobe. So anything that is book related, that gets to me any given Sunday.
Yeah.
The guy, she just has to read the room because the guy can be a gamer.
Yeah.
And she brings him, like, say, a cufflink or a belt.
It's not going to do shit.
It's thoughtful, yes, but you need to do a little bit more research. Something like that how did you know I needed this game? Just ask most of his friends, what game has he ever wanted to get in
And he
his
has it,
collection?
doesn't have.
And he doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Oh, cute. I have a question though. Are you tired of getting boxers and socks?
When was the last time you got boxers and socks? Ah! I'm not saying.
You're that kid in
It's a
that
little
school.
secret. It's a little secret. It's special. Anyway, Nimrat, is this like I want to know?
And Ashley is that kid in school. It's me and Austin who are friends.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
He's my best friend, not your best friend.
But
So
yeah,
I don't get socks. I get my own socks. I find socks to be really demeaning as a form of gift.
Well, you're like borderline Indian then.
no, but I
No,
wouldn't
I'm
even
serious.
accept that shit.
It's more or less like getting a girl a pair of shoes.
No, shoes
No,
are
get
different,
me
honey.
shoes.
If you're buying me jewelry, it depends.
If you're buying me original sneakers, yeah.
It's or heels. Like if you're buying me Louis V's, honey,
How will you know that them Mbwaknis?
because you can tell.
It's so easy.
You can tell.
Oh, okay.
If you're getting me jewelry, unless it's like Swarovski
Jewelry.
or
Jewelry.
jewelry,
Jewelry.
Welcome to
Jewelry.
our English class.
jewelry. If you're getting me jewelry, then it has to also be like. Don't buy me nothing that I'm not wearing. Have you seen my rings? It needs to be like pure silver
for
and
me,
diamonds.
So
It's
if I was to twist the question to you guys, what would be the perfect gift for somebody that professes their love for you?
for us, like to receive.
Yeah, to receive.
Money.
Amen,
joking.
honey.
I'm not.
Amen. Give me the. Actually, I've learned this from my folks. The easiest gift to give, and it can go a long way, is money in an envelope.
You
or send them
guys,
pesa.
Indians
You know why?
have been doing this for ages.
Yeah?
I gotta stop you right
'Cause
there.
wait,
Let me tell
wait,
you.
wait. You know why?
Why?
Because you might buy this person something, right? And you think they'll really appreciate it and they really need it, but maybe they just need money.
True.
They just need maybe the money that you're gonna give them is what's gonna buy them the
What they
actual
want.
thing they want.
Dude, Indian guys have been doing that for the longest thing. Let me culture you a little bit. It's called sagan. So that thing is basically, okay, from the moment currency started, it became a thing where if you go for, let's say if some elders visit my parents' house and I'm a child and they've not seen me in a long time, they give their blessings in form of money. So they leave you a something. And then when you're getting married, like on multiple functions, they literally, like
Shower
wedding
you.
guests come through and give you money. You're just chilling there.
Can we get
And
married?
people put-
I need money.
Let's get married. So they put like money in the thing, and that's like you're gonna carry that whole pocket full of money when you're getting married. When you give birth, there's that. It's your child's birthday, money to the parent and the child. That's how it works.
I'd be getting pregnant every single year, honey.
But yeah, basically, money is the best
My
idea.
system said, bitch, don't say that. I agree. Money is the best.
Money is the best. But have you gotten a gift where at any point of your life from a dude you're like, okay, wow.
Do I get many gifts? No. Mainly just perfume.
Nothing that stood out.
No, not really. Honestly, no, not really. The only thing that stood out, and it's not really a gift, it's just like being taken on trips and shit. I like that.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the best form of gift you can give me, even if it's not a gift. Like sometimes it's very random. It's
I
like, do
honestly
you wanna
think
come?
that's a gift. If you're paying for my trip,
Oh yeah.
thank
No,
you, sir. A
that's-
vacation anytime.
That's my baby girl. Like
Yeah.
I don't gotta spend a single fucking dime. You just show up as you are. It's like,
Now that is the best gift. I have to
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Because I had what did I have? A pearl necklace, like a Pandora stuff thingy from my ex. So I recycled it. I think I even said that before. I gave it to my best friend to give it to a bitch in uni.
wow.
And then let me tell you the twisted thing. My best friend don't talk to me no more.
Oh
Ex-best
my
friend.
God. Well, clearly the exes came together. Well, we're very toxic on this podcast. But yeah.
Okay.
Also, I believe if you're gifting a man, as Austin said, babes, I don't think we're attentive enough to our men.
No, we're not.
We're not. We need
Yeah.
to be so attentive to the point where we know like the next words that are about to come out of his mouth, you know? We know the things that we know what he's gonna crave on a random Wednesday, you know? Food is also a great gift for me. Send me food.
I knew that. I knew it.
We need a
The
camera
spy
on
cam.
this man. Food is a great gift as well. Mainly like sushi rolls and pasta.
Ooh, yeah. Sushi
Oh,
rolls.
I'll be
want
very happy.
Sushi.
I know. I had sushi on Saturday. It was so yummy.
Yeah, living. I think I'm gonna have sushi next
All
week.
right.
It's my birthday month.
It's your birthday month.
That's so
Send
random.
money.
Send M-Pesa, send good vibes, send clothes. If
Send
you don't want to
clothes.
send money, you can just send me like I can send you my cart and then you can just check it out
Oh,
for
there's
me.
that too, actually.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay for like my Amazon card or like
Yeah.
my Pretty Little Things card, honestly, we will be big friends. Big friends.
Actually, I think that's key for me because it never leaves the wish list. So hey,
I have a lot of
send.
things on my Fashion
It's
Nova.
Gemini
So if you want to pay for that as well.
Amazon and Fashion Nova best get this clip.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're plugging them. for
Send
free.
us stuff. We could wear your killer outfits.
Say
We look
less.
pretty.
All right, let's get a little deep. This is from a very good fan of ours. Like, she's consistently posting us up and like she shows us a lot of support. I'm reading this a little bit late, so I'm sorry for her. I know it might have passed the time where she would have needed this advice, but I hope it's going to still come in handy. She comes through and says, I wanted to ask you something the other day, but I felt embarrassed. Hope my question won't offend you. No, it will not, honey. I have an 11-year-old girl who is experiencing body changes, and I remember you've always been open with your journey of having big breasts. But that was inappropriate. I'm sorry. My daughter's breasts have greatly grown, and she's shying away to the event of putting on my big hoodies to cover up. Schools are opening next week, and I'd really love some advice on at least how you handled yourself back then, because I'm totally clueless, and I feel like I'm failing her to some point. Please help. I welcome all opinions you might have. All my big titty ladies, drop your comments down here too. So, story time. I've always had big tits. I literally moved from like a training bra to a B. And I was always very conscious about my tits. Always very conscious about my tits. To the point where, yes, I used to actually layer up clothes so that it can cover up and so that I can look a little bit bigger. Like my stomach, and okay.
Like
my
they don't
body-
look so defined.
Yeah. And I've always had...
Curvy, yes.
Yeah, I'm curvy. So I have a small waist, even if I got a fat fupa.
But the waist is,
I still
snatched.
I still have a small waist, and you know the thighs do what they need to do. So I've always had this kind of body, a curvy body. And when I was younger, that was when I was growing up, and I can say actually from around the age of 10, 11, 12. That's when my tits now had started fully forming, and I literally moved from a training bra to a size B. And I was so conscious about that shit. So very conscious. Used to layer up on clothes. Never used to love playing sports. Although I was a sports lover through and through.
But it affected your confidence.
It did affect my confidence. I used to layer up when I'm playing sports and wear like 2 sports bras or a bra and a sports bra. And then I wear something else on top to just like make them a little flatter. In high school, my name was Pamela Anderson because my tits were just that big. I was still very conscious about it. It's going to happen. Being conscious about it is definitely going to happen because there's so many kids who have flat titties, you know? Like they have not formed their mammary glands yet. And
the fact that you say it that way is jazzy. Mammary, what?
Mammary glands. That's how you say it, yeah?
Yeah.
Mammary.
She has
Mammary.
a tongue piercing. Understand?
Fuck off. No, my tongue is just... Anyway, so yeah, the being conscious is gonna be there. The being insecure is gonna be there.
I think it's also there for like, I know this is not where like, we're talking about big titties, but I also think it's just a natural part of growing up.
It is.
Even like when girls who have smaller titties, like titties,
Yeah.
they also cover it up. So it's a more like also an age thing.
It is an age thing,
Yeah.
and that age is like you're going into your teens,
Yeah,
bro.
it's very sensitive. It's
Yeah.
very
like you're going into your teens.
So what do you think
many-
she could possibly do to make it feel better?
I'm getting there. So
She's like, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
No, calm down.
I'm getting there. So I think the one thing I personally had that kind of made me feel a little bit better was my family, mainly my mom and my auntie, were very supportive of. They would make sure if I want a tighter top or if I want a tighter sports bra, if I want a tighter bra, then they will get that for me and make sure that whatever I need to make myself feel more comfortable, I have. And also just being body positive with them and of course walking them through, this is how things work. This is how your body works. Some people have grow their breasts or generally grow faster than others. Some grow slower, and it's not a problem. Both of you are not a problem. I'll tell you this. I started wearing sheer bras when I got to a double D. And because literally I moved from a B cup to a double D. And now that was the height because I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
That was like the height
The peak
of my
puberty.
insecurity. Yeah. That was
and
the height of my insecurity. And I told my mom and my auntie because they kept asking me, why are you covering up? Why are you covering up? And I told them, my tits are too big. I don't like how big my tits are. My mom took me to the bra shop and she was just like, we will only wear sheer bras. And she walked me through the steps of, if you wear a padded bra, your tits are going to look bigger. If you wear a push-up bra, your tits are going to look bigger. So just making sure you're educating her as she goes along and making sure that you're also giving her information that she will need, that she will not know from anybody else. That really helped as well. So yeah, eventually I came to realize that my titties do so much for me.
Oh, they do a lot. Like Austin's suffering behind there. He's just like, I'm trying to not look at your titties.
I'm sorry.
But I think what you said is so important. And shout out to Ashley's mom and Ashley's auntie, because I think it's very important for you to talk to young women who are insecure. And you know the way the internet is these days, it's just insane.
Yeah.
One day big titties are popping. The other day small titties are popping. One day a big ass is fine. It's so like, trends. Like it's just inconsistent. It follows trends. And I know I'm gonna take it back because I know in my culture, like some moms are not very open because I've had many girls come talk to me about it. Just in my DMs, they'd be like, "Oh, I like how you can talk about things. I wanted to ask you advice about a couple of things." And the reason why they can't do that with their mothers is what makes me so upset. And I just wish that if there are people, let's say if you're an elder sister or you're an elder cousin to a girl and they come and confide in you, just be that person to give them, the encouragement that all bodies matter, all bodies are beautiful. Big titty, small titty, fat fupa, small fupa, all bodies matter.
And of course, she probably will not listen to you with immediate effect because I know I was just like...
Yeah, but it will ingrain in her subconscious.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because I was the one person who I would be told you look beautiful. I'm just like, no. No. You're just telling me that because you're my mom. You're telling me that because you're my auntie. Like, don't tell me things that are not true. They tell me your tits don't look that big or they look fine. They look like they're normal size. And I'm like, no, they don't. Why are you lying to me? So, of course, you're going to get pushback, but just keep ingraining it in them, in her specifically, mainly now that she's in school. And I'm assuming it's boarding school. So... that's a little bit trickier because you're not there to affirm her on a daily basis. Hey, might as well write her notes in sticky notes that affirms her like on a daily basis.
Keep them in her box thingy. Just put them everywhere so she can find them.
She can read them, So yeah, that will help. Anyway, big titties matter, small titties matter. Power to the big titty community. She's gonna go far in this world, honey.
Oh yeah, she is.
Not because of her titties, but.
I just need to show you something. Are we answering that question? Or we have to run it by the boys first? Sorry, guys. We should have prepped better. I don't know.
We'd have to run it by the boys.
No, let's ask them first.
Yeah, let's run it by the boys.
We can't do that.
Okay,
stay tuned for the next episode.
Spicy.
So someone asked me a question. So she's like, you know what? We'll do it in the next podcast.
Okay.
You know why it's about? Let me tell you what it's about so that you guys can tune in next week. Because it's about PCOS, and I really want to have a big conversation about
You've
this.
been meaning to have a very big
Yes,
conversation
and
about
it just
this.
happened that she messaged me, and she also has the same condition, and she was asking how I got mine regulated. So let's talk about that. It's polycystic ovary syndrome.
Yeah, syndrome. Yeah,
that's what
Lovely.
it's called. So,
Yeah. Before we wrap up, let me read a couple of comments that are really nice.
Just sexy boys.
So Patrick Gaitho comes through and says, "Hey, I've been fucking with DSD pod. It's actually very dope. You're teaching us mandems a lot about ladies. Thank you and good stuff. Thank you, sweetheart."
Thank you.
Kimi Choice comes through and says, "Hi there, pod crash. Hi. Don't take a long break like the one you took after the live show. We're needy fans."
It was
Anyway,
just 1 week, guys.
he said he's gonna go listen to the pod. I
Yeah,
think
go check out
that's
all our
it.
old episodes if you haven't.
Yeah, check
Yep.
out the podcast. Check it out on all what are they called? DSPs. What else? YouTube. Check out the Good Company channel. We have a lot of content there, not just double-sided tape, but we're those bitches. Okay.
We're the bitches.
We're the
double-sided
bitches.
tape. Okay, I'm done. We gotta go.
Shout out to Hafari who came through on the mics are open. Check
already
them
said
out
bye.
on Breaking Hearts as well. Football, whatever, the other ones.
I already said bye.
Bye, bitches. Thank you for coming through.
Bye, guys. I was like, bye. Okay, done.
You're like, we're done with this. Me, I'm over here trying to shout out my niggas. Shout out to my niggas.
It's never gonna end.